Hello friends, today I am going to tell you how to make liquid fertilizer. I am going to show it in detail how to make the organic liquid fertilizer from the home generated waste, mostly the kitchen waste. You can see here my blooms. This is one peach color rose, and here one more bud here. This is yellow rose, it's almost a month it bloomed. These are new shoots which are giving buds also. And here my button rose, you can see so many flowers in bunch they are giving. And this is another rose. This is I'm showing for an example the result of the liquid fertilizer I'm using on them. From around 2 months I started using that. I started making it and using that on my plants, and it is giving great results. Okay, first another thing, I just want to show you the new shoots here. This is one of my double delight rose. See here, you can see the buds it has started giving. You might think why the plant is not having leaves. I will tell the reason for what. Here also there is a bud. Here is one more bud. This is one more bud. This is the fourth one. Okay. And these small here also they will give, every new shoot will give buds. Here there are no leaves because I have removed them, all the leaves, so that it will form new shoots and each shoot will give bud. You can see the auxiliary buds we call them. These are the buds. I have removed the leaves. So yesterday itself I have removed the leaves, so they are growing. When they fully form leaves and buds, I will take a video again and I will post it as an update. And how all this is possible? You can see the roses are very healthy, and this plant also used to have so many leaves, this much big leaves. I have removed them so that the buds over here will grow and give more buds. You can see the basal shoots, they are actually we can tell the plant is healthy and going to give more blooms with when there are more basal shoots. See here, from this grafted region we have formed so many, almost 4 shoots there it has given. This is 1, this is 2, okay, and then this is 3, and this one is 4. You can see, couldn't show it. 2 are there here. Total 4 shoots it has given. This is my favorite yellow rose. Before it has given 3 flowers, in which this is the last one remained, and now again shoots are coming, and this will almost give around 9 to 10 buds easily, I can tell. Now I can see around 6 buds, but afterwards I have removed all these leaves, right? They will give even more buds. And you can look at this button rose, it is very bright, the flowers are nice. See, all these plants are used to have these kind of leaves, full growth, but I will remove these leaves afterwards. When these flowers fade, I will remove these leaves also, so that to encourage new shoots from each bud, each auxiliary bud, and each shoot will give a flower. It is not like we can remove the leaves at any time. It is not like that. We first make sure that the plant is growing healthily, then only we can remove the leaves. If the plant is dull, when it is not growing, don't remove the leaves. At the time if you remove, the plant might not recover. These plants are growing fast, healthily. That is why I am removing the leaves, so that they will give new shoots very fast. For that, to keep the plant healthy, we need to at least take 2 months. When the plant is not healthy, we need to take 2 months for the plant to settle by giving it good nutrition with microorganisms, which I am going to tell you. After 2 months you can see this kind of growth. And then from then onwards you can do the same. Removing leaves will give more shoots and more buds. Okay friends, let us see how to make the preparation of fertilizer. Coming to the preparation of the organic liquid fertilizer from the kitchen waste, by adding some additional ingredients also, we are going to make a perfect liquid fertilizer for all plants. For roses it works more better. See, these are the kitchen peels. Today I've got onion peels, potato peels. Okay, yesterday I got pomegranate peels, and this you can see, this is a flower, faded flower. I've cut it. Do you know what? We can make fertilizer from the leaf mold also. Whatever dried leaves, stems, whatever we cut, after pruning we can add them into this compost. They will also make a good compost. I'll show you here. I have pruned the leaves. I told you, right, I have removed the leaves. Those leaves are here. Inside also so many leaves. And these are the bendi which are spoiled. Okay, all these I'll grind them in the mixie. And I will add it into the drum. I'll show you. Hello. This is the grinded thing I have added. While telling about this, I have to tell you what all you can add into this and what you should not add in particular. You can add all leaves, flowers, that you have cut for pruning, and also the vegetable peels, fruit peels, banana peels, orange peels, lemon, even tamarind pulp, that is residue, whatever remains, you can use that residue. And also you can add meat. If you wash the meat without adding salt or anything else, you can just add that water into this. I mean, there is no need to grind that. You can add into the fertilizer tub directly. It also works. And don't put any cooked material because it might give bad smell. I never use any cooked material in this fertilizer. And coming to eggshell, I tell everyone not to grind the eggshell, because I tried grinding the eggshell. Even small pot of that eggshell I grinded and gave it to plant. My 2 plants died, one hibiscus and one rose. I felt very bad for that. Then I came to know the reason. Actually, eggshell is very high in calcium. High amount of calcium means high alkalinity, so it changes the pH. It increases the pH more, so the plant can't survive. So just be careful with the eggshells. I prefer just crush the eggshells. Don't grind them. Crush the eggshells, add it in water, and you can add that water into that tub, which I am going to show now. And other thing is, you have to use the water that is used to wash the rice, dal, and also the soaking dal. That water also we can use. Boiled vegetables water also we can use. Sweet corn, sometimes we boil sweet corn. If we are adding so much of salt, better not to add. If there is no salt in that, you can add that water to the solution. It also works well. What I add is all the vegetable peels, all fruit peels. I don't add eggshells into the grinding thing. I will crush the eggshells and add. That itself will release a lot of calcium, which is very much enough, abundant for the plants. And also I will add rice washed water, dal washed water, dal soaked water into this solution. You got it, friends? Sometimes my child will leave some milk, which we can't also drink sometimes at that, and that milk also I will add into this. I'll show you. This is the tub I use for making fertilizer, which is organic. I mean, I will ferment it and I'll let it decompose in this tub. There is no need to make holes on this. We don't need, when we take good care of it daily, there is no need to make any kind of holes on this one. We just have to close it and keep it. You can see here, this is the fertilizer. It will not at all stink because it is very fresh. And what you need to do is, you just have to add it into this. This is the colander I use to sieve that material, whatever raw, big pieces which will remain in that jar will stuck here, and only the grinded pulp will go. You can see here I have added all this into the colander. Now what I'll do is I'll use a spray gun. If you don't have a spray gun, don't worry, you can just use your hand and pour water into that, so that all this material, whatever pulpy thing is there, it will go inside the water and all the remaining stuff here. These pieces will stuck in this colander. Just we are sieving this. We want the nutrients to go inside, and we don't want all the extra fiber, extra kind of material in this one. You can see here, friends, I have sieved it and all that material has gone inside the pulpy thing, and only the residue remained, which I'm going to throw it into the dustbin. We don't need this. And also we need to pour the we can take, I mean whatever rice washed water, dal washed water we will collect on in a vessel, and if we have boiled the eggs, that water also we can use, and the eggshells we have to crush them and add into that water. And again you can just sieve in this, you can sieve that water in this the next day, so that the eggshell remnants will remain in this. We'll throw them out, we don't need that. What you need to do is daily once in a day you must mix this material like this. Nicely you can mix it, so that, what is the use of mixing? Why do we need to mix this? I will tell you. We need to mix this material because to prevent any kind of bacteria, any kind of fungus to form. We just don't want any fungus to form. It's almost 1 week back. From 1 week I'm doing this. No, actually in this drum I'm preparing it from 1 week. This is a new drum. Okay, before I used to make it in this bucket. Now the quantity is increasing, so I thought I better buy one drum. In this drum I'm doing from 1 week. So this does not stink at all. I'm telling you, don't worry. It will look like that. It is very fresh. You don't need to worry until and unless you mix it. You must mix it once in a day. If you do that daily, there will be no fungus formation, no maggots. Many people will fear that maggots will form if we keep this material like this. Yes, then will they form? They will form only when the material is still. What are maggots actually? Maggots are nothing but worms. From where do they come? It is nothing that if we leave this open or small gaps are there, means some flies will go inside and lay their eggs. They want their babies to feed on the material, and they will grow and they become the maggots. We don't want the maggots. So what we have to do, we have to mix this material, all the solution once in a day. Once in a day is more than enough. I'll mix only once in a day. Whenever you add this material daily, you can mix at that time and close it with the lid. Okay, another thing is while mixing, we will help the bacteria growing inside to get more oxygen. Actually, aerobic bacteria are good for the plants, not anaerobic. And if we mix it, that the oxygen is more than enough for those bacteria. Once in a day, if we mix it, and if anaerobic bacteria grows, means they will give a very bad smell. I don't know whether that kind of compost is good for plants or not, but we can't bear that smell first of all. So we have to mix it once to prevent fungus formation, to prevent maggot formation, and to help in increasing the oxygen content of the liquid, so that the good bacteria will grow. Okay, and what else I add in this? This is not enough. So to make sure the plant is getting all kind of nutrition, what I'll do is I will add some mustard cake. How much? I will add around 100 grams of mustard cake. If mustard cake is not available, you can buy any kind of organic fertilizer. Okay, any kind of organic fertilizer. If it is a dry one like mustard cake, you have to add 100 grams of it into this. And this much piece of jaggery you have to add. It is very important to add jaggery because it helps in giving good food to the bacteria and helps in increasing the count of the bacteria in the solution, which is very important for the plants to grow. Okay, we have to add 100 grams of mustard cake. That is, I'm telling, if it is a dry fertilizer, then add 100 grams. If it is a wet fertilizer like vermicompost, you need to add 200 grams of it, because moisture weight also counts there. Okay, every 15 days. On 1st, I will add mustard cake and jaggery. Again on 15th, I will add mustard cake and jaggery. If you don't have mustard cake, you can add any kind of fertilizer. I use another fertilizer, some vermicompost kind. I will add it around 200 grams of it and add this much of jaggery into this. Every 15 days I will do this. Okay, this is the procedure I follow to make this fertilizer. Okay, how will you give this? How to give? It doesn't matter when you are adding the mustard cake or jaggery into this. It won't alter the quantity given to the plant. Okay, every 3 days, that is on Sunday morning, I will give the solution once, and again on Wednesday evening I will give the plants this solution. 2 times in a week I will give. Okay, that too, how much quantity? For every 3 mugs, there is no measurement for the mug. You use same mug for measuring this solution in water. Okay, so for every 3 mugs of this solution, you have to add 5 mugs of plain water. 3:5. This is the ratio I use, and I'll give it to all the plants. Okay, if you start using this, you will see result within 2 months, and I'm sure about that. You don't worry, you try this and see. You will see a great change in your plants, because you are increasing the you are increasing the bioorganisms of the soil, which is very important actually. See, this is what we know. We are adding all these vegetables, their nutrients are going, we are thinking, but not only that, whatever bacteria they are growing in that, they will release something which is very useful for the plants. They will also die, so at that time also something will be released which is very helpful for the plants to grow. Not only that, these bacteria will help in they will aid the plants to take up the nutrients. Okay, these are the things I follow, and there is a great result. In my previous video, you can see the flowers and small plants itself. They gave around 12 to 13 buds on each rose. It's working fine. I will update you again after the end of this month, mostly because all my plants are blooming. Again, they started to give buds, so I'll update once they flower. Okay, friends. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can comment under. I'll reply. Thank you.